English art, English lit. This is the poem Thumbprint, and the author is Eve Merriam. And the first question of the big ideas is, which poem did you like better, If or Thumbprint? Why? I liked If better because it talked more about the individual and to be yourself, and not an imposter. Being an imposter is like being a nobody. Steven, do you have anything to add on to that?
Yes. I like Thumbprint better because Thumbprint talks about your thumbprint and how it is yours. And no one else has the same thumbprint as you or I. So this is how we are unique.
I actually disagree with that. I liked If because it gives life lessons through life that makes sense, like if you can dream but not make them your master. That makes sense that you can dream, that to dream big, but not to make them your life, like have a full accent.
So it gave you more information, If did? It just meant more to you?
Yeah, it just like gave me the information to like, you know, live life the way I want.
Okay.
Any other thoughts and comparing ideas from anybody else?
Anybody want to add to that about which poem they liked better, If or Thumbprint?
Okay, I guess.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
Okay, what do you think is the message of this poem? Why is it important? I thought that you have your own key, your own life. Your life is yours and yours alone. No one is the same. And that's what I think. David, do you have any comments on that?
I think the message of this poem is to tell you you have your own life and no one can tell you what to do. And why I think it's important is because you have your own life and no one can control it, and no one can control it, because then it would be their life.
Good.
Dakota, do you have anything to add to that?
This message is important to me because this poem is telling you that you are your own person and you don't have to act just to have people, just to make people like you. And it's just telling you to be yourself. Don't act.
And so how does that go with our fitting in, the idea of fitting in? If you want to fit in with the group, do you become somebody
You
else?
just be yourself.
You just be
You
yourself.
find a group that fits your unique
And
style.
doesn't that help you with the fitting in part? Because if you're yourself and you fit in, then they like you for who you are, and
if
you like them for who they are.
Yeah, and if you act like trying to be someone else, and then once the people, they think you're one person, and then when they find out that the real person is, then they don't like you and they hate you for like the rest of your life. For that, when you really wanted to be your friends with them.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of leads to conflict, right? If you join a group and you act like someone you're not.
I think the big mental idea of this whole thing is your life is yours alone, and no one else can take it.
You define your life, don't you? By your choices. Yeah. Good thoughts, you guys. Very good. Okay.
Let's go on to question number 3. Big idea number 3. What is your interior weather important to making your mark on the world? My interior weather is like when I'm mad, it's like a rainy or darkness day. Or if I'm happy, it's a sunny or blue day. Katrina, would you like to add on to that?
I think that if you become your own person, then you can like, I don't know, like making your own mark of the world because you are your own person.
Yeah.
Taylor, can you add to that?
I think if you're sunny on the inside, you'll make good choices, and if you're raining on the inside, you'll make bad choices.
Very good. So this poem kind of equates our interior feelings with weather, doesn't it? It's kind of a metaphor that weather is our disposition, inside how we feel. And what were the choices that we could be? We could be sunny or
Rainy,
rainy, and sunny meant that we were
happy,
happy on the inside, and rainy meant that we were
sad.
sad on, or dark on the inside. And so that's taken from the poem, and you're saying it's a matter of choice. That's really good. Okay, take us on.
Big idea number 4.
Okay.
What is the new big idea? Question, comment from this poem. What do you want to develop your own topic? So my topic was, what is your general idea about Thumbprint? And the person I had asked to answer it was Jonathan, who wrote, my idea of Thumbprint is it talks about who you are and how to be nobody else. And that was the general idea about Thumbprint.
Okay. And so let's just share the questions that you wrote for the last one. Big idea number 4 was questions that you wrote yourself. Let's share your question and your thoughts, and then we'll engage each other in conversation over those questions. And so we have, each person should have their own question. Okay, so who's going to go next?
Coda?
My question is how are people different? What makes them different from other people?
And did you have thoughts on that, or did you just want to present that to the group?
That's one.
Okay, so how are people different?
I think people are, well, it's just, people are different because, put it this way. You got a couple of people here that like horses.
Mhm.
You got a couple of people here that like to dirt bike and 4-wheel drive, or go 4-wheeling. And you got a person here that likes skateboarding. You got a person that likes to drive. Everybody's different, so you can't force 2 people to like each other if you can't force 2 people to make each other like what somebody likes. You
So do we need to have exactly the same things in common,
No.
or just some things?
can-
Just
Like 2 or 3 things in common.
Okay, and so we would call that common ground.
Something that would make conversation.
So is it okay to have some differences and some similarities to be friends with someone?
Yeah.
Okay, and what would be the significance of their differences? You know, if they liked things that were different from you, and you didn't know about those things, what could happen in a relationship where, you know, they had some differences that you didn't know anything about?
Until it comes up.
The
Yeah.
relationship won't stick.
It might not, but do you think you might learn some things
Yeah.
from the other person, like something you didn't know
It's
before?
It's like a peanut and jelly sandwich. A really runny jelly don't stick to peanut butter.
All right, so there has to be some
Slides
common
off.
ground, right?
Starts to slide off and groove down until it just falls.
Okay, so we need common ground, but it's okay to have some differences too. All right, okay. So who wants to share their next question that they wrote?
So I will.
Okay.
My question is, what kind of poem would you think the authors of If and Thumbprint would make together? Like, what kind of poem would they, if they worked together, what kind of poem would they make? I think they would make a poem like together about people and how they act and what they do.
Okay, so what's the big idea in if? What does it give us? Let's take your question and kind of work with it a little bit. So what's the big ideas in if? What does it do?
If it was like life lessons,
Yeah, it is.